Some of the habits that you're trying to unlearn were once the exact things that kept you alive. The emotional wall you built as a kid to survive your environment may be the same wall stopping you from connecting with new people now. The situation changed long ago, but the defense mechanism, it stayed. Forgive me about reminding you of this dark past of yours, but you probably clicked this video because you had a rough childhood or past. It's not only tough or difficult, it may be even tragic. And because of that, out of the need to survive, you've built some walls that help you get by life. And for some reason, it became your obstacles later in life. However, here you are, doing your best, trying to build a better life for you and for your loved ones. In this video, you'll learn a couple of things about trauma and some answers to your question that is buried deep within that you've been longing to ask. You're a person who immediately shuts the door when some salesman tries to sell you something. Even though you can clearly see that this detergent soap can clean your decade old molds in the sink, you still prefer not to give away that money on your pocket because you somehow remember that worst feeling of taking advantage. I understand. It's a wall you've built. Maybe in the past, your sibling once asked for an emergency $100, and later, you found out that he spent it on some liquor or something similar. It sucks. Therefore, you created another wall, and later another walls for playing safe, avoiding social events, refusing to help a stranger, refusing to participate in something new, refusing to invest in possibilities. Bruce Lee famously once said, no, I meant,
And dear mind, me formless, shapeless like water. You put water into a cup, becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it into a teapot, it becomes the teapot.
now water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend. The planet and the human consciousness has been here for a while now. Yet, explaining what life is about is still the biggest question everyone is asking within ourselves. Maybe Bruce Lee had contemplated that question too many times too. That's why he came up with that realization. Maybe he understands that life situations constantly changes and there's nothing you can do but to adapt accordingly to survive. That new problems arises from time to time and it needs new solutions too. Like water, you probably have to be flexible so you can slip through the hidden cracks of challenges. Because you can agree that this life constantly challenges our character, just like how gravity pulls us back to the ground. And if water goes and fills all the vacant spaces downward, maybe becoming water is the answer. Maybe Bruce Lee is onto something. Or we can say that you fail despite of the numerous amount of attempts you did, not just because you suck, but maybe that's just how life is. Maybe life is constantly failing you because it's asking for a different approach. So instead of taking it personally, why not try to see it in a different angle? While we're going through our practice, my master once told me,
All problems comes with its own solution.
and as a person who loves solving patterns, I immediately realized that
Maybe I just have to look for a different angle and adapt that the way how I've been resolving my problems is somewhat unrelated to what is the current situation is requiring.
you and I both know that time when Nokia ruled the world with their quality built phones. Their strategy? Long battery life, robust hardware, huge variety of designs suited for different types of users. But as the technology world progressed and when innovation is required, they just refused to adapt. They underestimated the value of adaptation. At some point of your life, life would also put your identity to test. Will you shy away from the unknown process of transformation? Or will you jump with full confidence? As you know, you're entering a new chapter of your life now. Expect that some things you may encounter may be something that you're unfamiliar with. If you want to experience a completely different side of you, allow yourself to be lost in the moment and see the possibilities that's supposed to be there a long time ago but didn't due to those walls. Allow these old walls to fall so you can appreciate a totally different view. Day by day, try to focus on the experience itself instead of clinging to the need to survive. Your fear of death is often your subconscious trying to hold your longtime hopes and fears together because for some reason, your mind thinks that's who you are. Because the reality is, you are nobody, but who you believe you are. That also suggests that you can be anything. Whoever you think yourself is, you're right. Who knows, maybe the only thing that keeps you away from achieving those wild dreams of yours is your fear of being called delusional.